All right, it is time for race number one. Up front will be Giancarlo and Adam Barker. Maximilian Gunther and Simon Zierk have the second row. Joel Race and Janet Gunther on the third row. Points leader Julian Ricard and Harry Volsmeer are on the fourth row. Ronnie Wimberly and McMullet McCready round out the top 10. Rudolph Gunther in 11th with Scott Nalawi in 12th. 13th is Dylan Steinbach, the lone Ford, and Matt Bear in 14th, first time in the Ferrari. Ed Schiller in 15th, and Jason Wahlberg starts 16th. Drivers taken to the grid on the front straightaway. Giancarlo led the points for the first half of the season, but computer issues and whatnot have put him back just a little bit. We'll see what he can do here today. Only third in points after counting drop races, so things are about to get really, really exciting out here. A full pace lap around Watkins Glen, so guys will have an opportunity to get some heat in those tires and help them through turn one here. Don't forget, after last week, after a lot of leagues being off last week for the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, this week back in full effect. Tonight we'll have BRR Cup Series. Tomorrow night we'll have the Jones BS Racing League. Tuesday night XCal returns. Wednesday night the Outlaws and Nowski Retro Truck Series. And Thursday night, as always, the American All-Star Dirt Series. David, both mics are out this week. One mic had back surgery, and I don't remember where the other mic was. I actually asked about that in the pre-race, and I just completely went blank on that. Pace car leading him around. Giancarlo looking for some wins to get back up on top of the leaderboard here today. A bit surprised again. Both Mike's out. Avery Walker also not here after his dominance last week. So a few surprises in the field, plus the surprise of I don't think we have seen a Ford all season long. We've seen the McLaren a couple times, but I do not believe we have seen the Ford all season long. Yet Dylan Steinbach is in the Ford today, starting back in 14th. Porsche pace car leading them around again. Did hear the Porsches were the fastest on the straightaways, but a bit troublesome in the turns, versus the Ferraris seem to be slow on the straightaways, but have the advantage in the turns, and the Audi and BMW just kind of seem to be in there in the middle with a good balance. So be interesting to see how it plays out between the manufacturers today as well. Going through the last few corners, the pace car drops off late out of the final turn, so things will get heated very, very quickly. And turn one here, always exciting. We'll have a bunch of guys having to go extremely wide through turn one just to stay out of trouble, and could cause other chaos as well when they try and get back on the track. Pace car drops in off this turn. Pace car is in. Giancarlo controlling the restart, and green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Giancarlo gets a good start over Adam Barker. And those are the only two single file right now as they come through turn one. Will we see any chaos? Doesn't look like it this time. All the drivers expecting a lot of close racing here today. Things will get interesting, especially coming up through the S's. So far, everybody's staying out of trouble down toward the bus stop. Giancarlo looked a little skittish through there. And Julian Ricard, the points leader, has crashed. Let's see what happened to Julian here down through the... Oh! Several cars involved. Harry gets caught up in it. Ricard does get rolling again, but loses a lot. No, he ended up towing to pit road. Not the way he wanted race one to go today. McCready has also gone off track. Just a little wide back through that turn as they come down into the boot. And really wide into the grass there, coming down the hill. Out front, Giancarlo comes around and completes lap number one. Adam Barker still with him in second. Maximilian Gunther now in third. Fourth is Simon Zier. Rudolph Gunther, after the incident, being caught up behind Julian Ricard, he has gone to pit road for repairs. Ronnie Wimberly also went to pit road, and McCready. Joel Wraith now in fifth. Sixth is Janet Gunther. Biggest mover so far is Scott Nalawi, who's in a Porsche this week. Usually Scott in the Ferrari, but here he is in a Porsche today, trying something different. He's up 5 spots, as is Dylan Steinbach, Matt Baer, Jason Wahlberg up 6 spots. Jason currently running in 10th. He has been another one that has been charging forward in recent weeks. Matt Baer, for the first time in the Ferrari, he is up to 9th now. Dylan Steinbach, the lone Ford in the field, currently in 8th. And McCready has crashed. Heading up, though. He got squirrely. He just pulled over. Not sure what happened to McCready there, but he is pulled over and towed to pit road. Coming through the final turn, Adam Barker is still hot on the heels of Giancarlo, but they have started to open a gap behind him. Maximilian Gunther in third, now 1.5 seconds back. Simon Zierk, 3/4 of a second back from him. Joel Wraith in fifth, a second behind as well. McCready and Julian Ricard both still on pit road. I think as they run right now, Julian Ricard will actually lose the points lead after this race, as he was just 1 point ahead of Adam Barker. Adam did say in pre-race he loves this track. He's had a great season, and he's just going to go for it. He wanted to survive turn one. Last time he was here, there was problems in turn one, but he has survived and is staying right on the back bumper of Giancarlo. Ronnie Wimberly has crashed. Oh, Ronnie gets way loose, drifts it through there hard into the outside wall, and ends up towing to pit road. A lot more chaos than we were expecting. We expected a little trouble on the first lap. Didn't really get much, and now here they are. We've had a couple of cars already out, and we'll have to see what happens with Ronnie. Adam Barker just ran the fastest lap of the race so far. Let's see if he tops it this time by. Across the line, and who was faster? Adam Barker just a hair faster than Giancarlo that time as well. Maximilian Gunther losing ground on the top two. Those two have just kind of gone to their own zip code. But Giancarlo has not been able to shake Adam Barker yet. Hey, good morning, Mike. How you feeling, buddy? Simon Zierk now to fourth. Joel Wraith in fifth. Janet Gunther in sixth. Scott Malawi up to seventh. Dylan Steinbach in eighth. Matt Baer now to ninth. Jason Wahlberg in 10th. Ed Schiller in 11th. Rudolph Gunther in 12th. Harry in 13th. I do believe that's a new paint scheme for Harry. And it looks like Eric McCready. Nope, I thought he'd come back out on track. Apparently not. Ed Schiller has just had an issue. Oh, just a little too fast through that section of track. Back in goes around, but he does manage to save it. Unfortunately, losing a lot of time in the process. He's now back to 13th. Maximilian Gunther's gap to Adam Barker now 2 seconds. Simon Zierk, the gap also 2 seconds. But Joel Wraith is actually gaining on Simon Zierk at this point. That gap less than 1.5 seconds, now down to 1.25. Apparently that Lambo, once it's warmed up, it is fast. Didn't hear a lot of talk about it during pre-race, but we heard a lot about the Porsche and the Ferrari. The Lambo was one that was not talked about a lot, but obviously quite fast here this morning. Janik back in 6th, Scott Nalawi in 7th, and this is where the big battle is. This is 7th through 10th. Everybody in this group has picked up at least 4 positions since the start of the race. Jason Wahlberg up 7. As he went by Matt Baer to take 9th place. And Jason obviously looking for a way past the Ford here. The last time we saw a Ford on track was last season, so a bit surprised to see Dylan in that car today. Oh, Matt Baer goes way too wide. And Jason looks like he might have the momentum. He might be able to set the pass up down into turn 1. There was a... I thought I saw a car stop down there. Obviously not. Scott Nalawi in the Porsche this week, starting to pull a gap. The Porsche was fastest on the straightaways during practice. Matt Baer looking for a pass into the bus stop. He's got the nose inside of the Ford. Can he make it stick? He does. Jason Wahlberg, though, now up to 8th. And Matt Baer all over the back bumper. Down through the boot they go, and they are just inches apart looking for anything. The way Jason Wahlberg has come through the field the last few races. Oh no, Wahlberg's around! Matt Bear has to check up massively. Dylan Steinbach slips by both of them, and Scott Nolowi checks out. Scott Nolowi now has some breathing room, and it looks like Matt Bear might have had an issue, or might have actually, let's watch Matt closely, he might have actually gotten into Jason. No, he managed to get completely stopped, missed him by inches. What a close call for Matt Bear. Let's try and get another look to double check. No damage on the front of that Ferrari. It was extremely close. Giancarlo has started opening up a lead. 1.4 seconds over Adam Barker in second. Maximilian Gunther in third. Simon Zierk still in fourth. Joel Wraith in fifth. And Janet Gunther in sixth. Joel close to within 1.25 seconds. It seemed like he was flying up toward Simon Zierk, but has not been able to close the gap any further. Meanwhile, Scott Nolowi had some breathing room for a moment after the incident happened behind him. Dylan Steinbach drove right through that incident, managed to avoid everybody, and is now caught back up. What an impressive run out of the Ford here today. Those are words I never thought I'd say. Ugh, tastes weird in my mouth. Matt Bear trying to pick up a little ground here now as well. 1.3 seconds back. Looks like he is closing just a little bit. Ronnie Wimberly is back out on track. He is now up into 14th. The field really spreading out a lot further than anybody expected here today. And when he comes back around, we're going to hop in the Ferrari of Matt Bear and take a lap in the car. As he comes through the final turn, and there's his in-car camera coming down the front straightaway toward the start-finish line and turn number 1. Slightly downhill into 1. Very little banking here. Gets the rumble strips. Keeps it inside the lines. Up through the S's, trying to gain on the Ford of Dylan Steinbach. Down the longest straightaway. This is where the Ferrari has struggled all day. Brakes a lot later than the Ford did, though. Down into the bus stop, hits all the right spots. And boy, those two in front of him really checked up. Coming through the carousel, he manages to pick up a lot of time. Oh, Dylan gets on the brakes hard. Right in front of him, down into the boot. Matt has already managed to get by Dylan once today. Can he do it again? This is where Wahlberg ended up getting loose, just getting on the gas a little too soon. And now it's a drag race. Obviously, the Ford has the advantage on the straightaway, but the Ferrari beats him every corner. This part of the track extremely slick and very tricky, especially coming up out of the boot. Second to last turn and on the gas, trying not to go too wide through here. Back on the throttle through the final turn, trying to stay in the slipstream of the Ford ahead, and looks like he is gaining a little ground on him. Julian Ricard is in the grandstand reflecting on his mistake. It happens, buddy. Just send it. Giancarlo. Oh, Ronnie Wimberly has crashed. Oh, he was a little loose getting through there. Tries to save it, can't. Ends up in the inside barrier. Down below the S's, ends up towing that car to pit road. What a heartbreak. He was fairly quick in practice. Expected to see him up there battling into the top 5. The end of last season, Ronnie was quite fast and battling in or just outside the top 5 the whole season, but this season has not come together nearly as well. Giancarlo out front, Adam Barker in second, Maximilian Gunther in third, Simon Zierk fourth, Joel Wraith fifth, Janet Gunther in sixth. Matt Bear is now up to 7th. And here's an interesting note for race number 2. They will reverse the top 7. The starting order, the person sitting on the pole will be whoever finishes the race in 7th. The top 6 still run exactly how they qualified. The only difference being Matt Bear in 7th. If he finishes where he is at right now, he'll actually end up starting on the pole the next race. But it looks like he lost the back end of the car there coming through turn 1. Manages to hold on to it, but did not look stable. Scott Nalawi has crashed. Matt Bear and Scott Nalawi. Oh, did they get together there? Let's try a different angle on that because I could not tell. It was really close. Oh, they did get together. Trying to occupy the same real estate did not work out as they came down into the boot. Dylan Steinbach up to 8th. Jason Wahlberg has recovered from the earlier incident, now up to 9th. Rudolph Gunther has cracked into the top 10. Next time around, we're going to actually take a lap with Giancarlo. Sounded like there was some weirdness in the way he's coming up through the gears there, so we'll have to pay close attention. Might have been a one-off deal, but it just sounded like he was at max RPM, feathering the throttle or hitting the rev limiter of that car through turn 1. Adam Barker in second place, 1.8 seconds behind. Giancarlo obviously starting to pull away. Maximilian Gunther in third, now 4 seconds back. Simon Zierk 3.3 seconds back from him, and Joel Wraith is actually closed in on Simon. Coming down through the final section, let's go ahead and hop in the car of Giancarlo. Down through the final turn. Down into turn number 1. Down to third gear. I guess it might have been across the bumps. It sounded a little strange outside of the car, like he was doing something different with the gearing, but apparently just coming across those bumps, and it had an impact on the way the car sounded. Janet Gunther has crashed. Just as he was starting to make his march toward the front. Oh, just gets loose around the corner. Manages to save the car. Turn 1 has been problematic for everybody this morning. Janet Gunther still holds on to 6th. He had a decent gap over Matt Bear in 7th. Matt a little over 7 seconds behind Janet. Did gain a little ground due to that incident, but now that Janik is back up to speed, who knows? The straightaway speed of the Porsche here at Watkins Glen, it's a bit interesting to see one not the highest running Porsche right now in 3rd, Maximilian Gunther, and this track is more straightaway than turn realist. We've had a big one. There is Janet Gunther. Oh, nope. This was the earlier incident in turn 1. Joel Wraith and Rudolph Gunther. There's, oh, Joel comes off the turn. That's that spot coming out of the boot. We talked about how slick it was. He tries to get the car rolling. And Rudolph was that Rudolph coming by? I believe it was. I thought there might be a collision there. There is Rudolph as he goes down into the boot, just losing the back end and ends up in the outside wall. So not, thought they were possibly together. They were not. They were just happening at the same time. And it looked like there was a little bit of a close call with Rudolph and another driver. Rudolph going down into the boot, backs it up. And, oh yeah, there was a close call with Harry there for a moment. Giancarlo missing the last 2 weeks, obviously out here to make up some ground here today. Just under 7 minutes left to go in race 1. Adam Barker now in 2nd, Maximilian Gunther 3rd, Simon Zierk in 4th. Janet Gunther now up into 5th. Matt Bear has hopped up to 6th. Dylan Steinbach now in 7th. Jason Wahlberg in 8th. Joel Wraith all the way back to 9 and heavily damaged. I'm betting that car is no longer up to speed based on the damage. Harry now in 10th. 4 drivers out of race number 1. Scott Nolawi, Ronnie Wimberly, Eric McCready, and Julian Ricard. They're going to be looking to come back, have an epic comeback in race 2. Adam Barker has managed to hold the gap at 2.5 seconds, but has not been able to gain any ground the last several laps. Maximilian is losing ground. Simon Zierk also starting to lose a little bit of ground. He had been actually gaining on Maximilian for several laps, but now back in 4th and is starting to lose some ground. Janet Gunther in 5th is 16 seconds behind. He will not be able to catch up. Matt Bear, 6 seconds behind, has Dylan Steinbach and Jason Wahlberg all together. These 3 have been going at it the entire race, And every time one of them has an incident, they manage to catch back up rather quickly, which has kept the three cars together most of the race and putting on quite a show. Look at how wide Matt Baer's going through there. Down the front straightaway, obviously the wide turn through there giving Matt a little bit of advantage, but at some point it's going to end up affecting him. He's going to end up with a slowdown penalty if he's not careful. Dylan Steinbach apparently has had an advantage on the straightaways, but his corner speed has not been anywhere close to what the Ferraris had. So every time a Ferrari's been behind him, they have been able to beat him into the corner and through the corner, as we're about to see here, as Jason Wahlberg, no, he couldn't get the nose all the way in. Down through the bus stop, Wahlberg backs off just a little bit. Matt has opened up about 0.6 of a second gap on Dylan Steinbach and Jason Wahlberg. Jason definitely all over the back bumper of the Ford. Just can't seem to get the nose in. He keeps looking. Could see him set up for turn one and make the pass there. Matt really pushing the track limits here today. And it looks like off the final turn, Dylan gets a little bit more momentum this time. And actually starts closing back in on Matt Baer. Jason Wahlberg staying in the slipstream. Meanwhile, up front, Giancarlo has started to really crank it up. Now his lead 3.5 seconds over Adam Barker. After drop races were calculated after last week, Adam Barker was just in second, was 1 point ahead of Giancarlo, 1 point behind Julian. As they run, oh, Matt Baer has crashed. Down through the bus stop. Oh, he got too much of the rumble strip. Into the turn, he barely keeps it off the wall. I don't think he actually got any damage out of that. I do not know how he managed to pull that off. Matt Baer drifts now back to 8th place. Let's see if we can take a closer look and see. No damage to that car. That was a great save by Matt Baer. As I was mentioning the point situation, as they run now, I think, doing the math in my head, so don't quote me on this one, but I do believe Adam Barker and Giancarlo would be tied for the points lead after race number 1. I expect to see Adam Barker doing some extra practice during the warm-up between races, possibly looking for just a little bit more straightaway speed here. Seems like that has been the only place that the Lamborghini has been able to beat the Audi, has been on the straightaway. Just looking through the field as they're going to come around and we should see Giancarlo get the white flag this time by. But you can see it's Lamborghini, Audi, Porsche, BMW, Porsche. The first Ferrari actually in 6th place. And Harry has come to pit road as Giancarlo, oh, he got the white last time by. Checkered flag is in the air. Giancarlo is going to win race number 1. Adam Barker comes home in second. Maximilian comes home in third. Simon Zierk will come home in 4th place. Janet Gunther headed towards a 5th place finish. Jason Wahlberg, if he can hold his position, will be the biggest mover of the race, currently in 6th after starting in 16th. And that would put him, if he pulls this off, that'll put him starting 2nd. We have seen Jason come through the field multiple times. What can Jason do if he starts, if he has a good starting position here today for the 2nd race? All right, let's see if we can get a hold of Max. Hey, Maximilian, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, hey, Doug.
Hey, man. Congratulations on that 3rd place finish. I know a lot of guys were saying the Porsche was really fast on the straights, but a bit tricky through the turns here.
Yeah, it's very happy with the tail.
That is one way of putting it. I did see a couple of times where your tail just gave a little bit of a wiggle, especially on corner entry.
Yeah, it's pretty unstable on liftoff. I mean, the gas liftoff.
Well, you made it work today, man. The highest running Porsche, you come home with 3rd, and I know it puts you back a little bit for the next race, but can you get back up to the front?
I'm trying to, but yeah, the guys up front are very fast.
Well, good luck, man. It's going to be an awesome fight this time.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Thank you, Dick.
All right, let's see if we can get Adam. Hey, Adam, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, you had one heck of a run going there early on. It did not look like Giancarlo could pull away from you. And about halfway through the race, you suddenly started losing a little bit of ground. Do you have something up your sleeve for this 2nd race?
I wish I did, but it just seems like the Audi's really struggling in a straight line around here. I was foot to the floor, and I was not getting anywhere near him in the slipstream. And just going up the right-hander in the boot, I got a little bit of traction control cut in, and I was out of the slipstream, and that was it. It was basically game over.
Well, man, you still managed to hold everybody off for a 2nd place finish. You've got to be happy with that. And I do think after race number 1, that does put you and Giancarlo tied for the points lead.
Oh, that would be amazing if it is. It was, yeah, it was a good race. Just nothing I could do.
Well, you're going to be starting in 6th this time. Good luck. Hopefully you can get to the front and get another win today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, Adam Barker finished 2nd and will restart in 6th. Let's see if we can get our winner. Hey, Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, congratulations on that win. I heard everybody in pre-race talking about the Ferrari, talking about the Porsche. Nobody said a word about the Lambo. I guess you let it speak for itself today.
Yeah, tried and true for me. Lambo is always the go-to, as you know. And it worked out pretty well.
You did have a decent lead, and Adam said he had at one point on the uphill right-hander in the boot. He just had the traction control cut in, and that was kind of it and game over for him. And you, even though he didn't really have those problems the rest of the race, you continued to start pulling away from him.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was like a setup difference, but it seemed that he couldn't really catch me in the draft. Like I had a bit more straight line speed. And so I think as soon as I was able to pull out away from the draft, I was able to just consistently put in that extra tenth or two per lap and keep me pushing forward.
Well, it has worked out great so far, and I was doing the quick math in my head. I think you and Adam, after race 1, are tied for the points lead.
Ooh, it's getting spicy. I love it.
Well, good luck, and we'll see if you can come from 7th to win again.
Thanks, Doug.
All right, so Giancarlo will start 7th. Adam Barker will start in 6th. Things are about to get very, very interesting for this race and for the points because it is so close, and Ronnie out there getting some extra practice in. Looks like Ronnie is the only one. A lot of guys sitting on pit road, but only a couple have been out on track. Julian Ricard went out for about half a lap. Ronnie's the only one out putting in some extra laps here, and apparently nobody has anything for the Lambo today, but the question here for race number 2 will be how far they can get through the field before it's all said and done. Pit strategy no longer playing into it does make for a lot more guys pushing a lot harder. That does lead to a lot of excitement, especially when you have guys like Giancarlo and Adam Barker not starting at the front of the field. But you've got a guy like Jason Wahlberg in the Ferrari, who every week does not qualify really well, but charges through the field, makes up a ton of spots. He made up 10 spots in race number 1. He'll be starting on the front row for race number 2. I'd hold your breath, folks. It's about to get exciting. All right, time to grid for race number 2, which will have Dylan Steinbach in the Ford and Jason Wahlberg on the front row. That is going to be interesting. Janet Gunther and Simon Zierk have the second row. Maximilian Gunther, Adam Barker on the third row. Giancarlo and Matt Baer on the fourth row. Joel Wraith and Rudolph Gunther rounding out the top 10. Ed Schiller in 11th and Harry in 12th. 13th is Scott Nalawi. 14th is Ronnie McMullet. In 15th, Julian Ricard, the points leader, starting in 16th. Waiting to see if Julian and McMullet. Juliet has gridded. Not sure if McCready will or not. I have to agree. I think turn 1 will be completely different this time. I think the whole race will be different this time, just with the different combinations. Matt Baer did not take to the grid. Neither did Eric McCready. Matt Baer looks like he is in pit road, so he is going to start from pit road for this one. I think we're going to see a completely different race here for race number 2. First lap in race 1, extremely clean. We didn't even have a single incident until the second lap. I don't know if that's going to be the case. A lot of fast drivers in the back, but this is Jason Wahlberg's big opportunity. He's fought through the field multiple times. This is, I believe, the first time he has started a race on the front row, so he's going to have a bit of an advantage. And with the speed he has coming through the field, he might be able to pull away and pull off his first win. However, don't forget Dylan out there in the Ford. If the Ford doesn't completely explode, as Fords often do, he has a lot of straight line speed, and that is definitely where this race was won during race number 1. Yeah, David, I'm concerned with a Ford on the front row. I mean, it's running now, but it's at an idling pace. It could just, you could get on the gas and the car just go. And actually, when I did that, I did my hands with an explosion, and that was really funny. Nobody saw that. All right, the field goes down through the boot. Everybody trying to get a little heat in the tires, I'm sure. Ford being one of the fastest on the straightaways, but has struggled through the turns, versus a Ferrari that has been extremely fast in the turn, but has struggled on the straightaway. Yeah, turn one will be exciting. The S's are going to be extremely exciting, and the bus stop the first time through, that one's going to get a bit crazy. And we dial up the chopper for the start of this one. Might give us a few better views as they go through turn one. Things are about to get really exciting. That is a good question. Who's going to send it first? My money is on Wahlberg trying to clear and get away early. Especially not having the same straightaway speed as some of the other cars. Out of the final turn, the pace car is in. Steinbach fires green flag in the air. And look, Simon Zierk sends it. Holy cow! What in the world? There's the answer. Simon Zierk sends it first. They're 4 wide into turn one behind. We've got cars everywhere, but up the S's. It is Simon Zierk to the lead. And here comes Adam Barker from 6th, trying to get by Jason Wahlberg at the top of the hill. Ella Ford. Janet Gunther down to the inside. The Ford of Dylan Steinbach back. Holy cow! Adam Barker really sends it through the bus stop this time. They are fighting everywhere behind. Giancarlo only able to pick up one spot in the chaos. What a... Wow, Matt Baer did come off of pit road, but wow. What did we just see at the start of this? And Simon Zierk has the lead. Worth noting, the BMW, not exactly the fastest on the straightaway, not exactly the fastest in the turns here today, from what we've heard, but it is well balanced for the track. And Simon definitely took advantage of that start, and you asked who was going to send it first. It was Simon. One of the craziest GT3 starts I have ever seen. And Simon does lead lap number 1. Jason Wahlberg to 2nd. Adam Barker is shot through the field to 3rd. Janet Gunther now in 4th. Giancarlo has made his way up to 5th. Dylan Steinbach, who started in 1st, now back to 6th. Joel Wraith in 7th. Maximilian Gunther in 8th. Harry in 9th. And Rudolph Gunther in 10th. And look at this battle. Here comes Ronnie. Ronnie Wimberly in the Ferrari trying to make something happen. He's already up 3 spots to 11th. Had a very difficult race, number 1, and he's going to pick it up some more as Rudolph Gunther goes wide. Put Ronnie back into the top 10. He is out here to get something done today. Simon still has the lead. Jason in 2nd. Adam still in 3rd. Janet Gunther in 4th. Giancarlo now to 5th. And I think we're about to see a lot closer race than we did during race 1. Everybody expected this for both races, but race 1, Giancarlo and Adam checked out early on, and the field kind of spread out. There's two distinct groups right now. The top, looks like the top 8 are all together. Harry leading 9th through about 11th place, 12th place. And Adam Barker is all over the... Oh, holy cow! Looked like Janik had a little problem coming off turn 1. Adam was all over the back bumper of Jason Wahlberg, but Wahlberg, the faster of the two up the hill. And, oh, look at here. Janik Gunther looking down to the inside. Can't get there yet. Adam holds him off. Now Janik shoots to the bottom. And here comes Giancarlo. Oh, Adam and Giancarlo get together. Both of them save it. And a bit of a heartbreak after the early race. Ronnie has been involved in an incident. Down through the bus stop. And, oh, just clips the grass coming out of the bus stop. Gets to the inside wall. Matt Baer gets caught. Rudolph Gunther gets caught. Bounces off the wall. Rudolph gets caught. Sent hard into the outside wall. Not sure how badly Matt Baer got that one. Oh, Matt gets a lot of it too. So a lot of cars. Matt Baer, Ronnie Wimberly on pit road. Rudolph Gunther has not been to pit road yet. That second pack is getting a little bit smaller. Harry and Julian Ricart together. Scott Nalawi a little bit behind. But that lead group is still, just as soon as I say something, Simon Zierk and Jason Wahlberg are pulling away. Wahlberg all over the back bumper of Simon Zierk down the straightaway. And look at this. Adam Barker is fighting back. He took back what he lost. Last time by, Adam Barker lost 2 spots. He said, no thank you, I'm going to take those back, and did it. In almost the same spot he lost them. That's pretty impressive. Giancarlo now looking down to the inside. It's going to get a little close. Janik goes a little bit wide. Giancarlo manages to get by. Thanks, David. It was, and I'll be saving this replay. Yeah, it might go into a highlight reel down the line. Simon Zierk has been able to pull away in the turns, but Jason Wahlberg makes the comeback on the straightaway. Adam Barker just makes a comeback everywhere. Now Giancarlo on his back bumper. And Giancarlo has the straightaway speed advantage. He looked like he's setting up for turn 1. Backed out, though. A little wide through turn 1, carrying as much momentum up through the S's, so he has the straight line speed toward the bus stop. I don't think he's going to find it easy to get by Adam Barker. He goes to the outside up the S's. Can't make it stick yet. Now he's got the nose on the outside. This will be interesting going into the bus stop. Adam checked up a little bit early. I thought he was going to try and pull a crossover move coming out of the bus stop. Couldn't quite get there. Giancarlo now to 3rd. Adam Barker in 4th. Okay, looks like Maximilian Gunther went off track. Let's see what happened to him. not sure if that's the second to last turn. And I'm wondering if he just... It looks like he just got on the gas a little too hard out of that turn, and it sends the car around. Then Janet Gunther has also had an incident. Into the bus stop. This is right behind Giancarlo and Adam Barker. Completely misses the bus stop exit. Guarantee he had a slowdown there. Ronnie Wimberly also just had an incident. Oh, he was way off track there. A little bit of the fence, but not too terribly bad. Adam Barker has crashed. Oh, the second to last turn gets loose off of it hard into the wall. Fortunately, that one is a safer barrier. Minimum damage. Oh, no, look at the back wing. What a heartbreak for Adam Barker, who has now drifted back to 11th place. After running in the top 3 for the better part of the last race and started this race, jumped up to 3rd very quickly. In contention for the championship, but the one thing Adam Barker learned to do last season with all the bad luck was come back from anything that goes wrong. Can he come back today? And how far can he come? Jason Wahlberg has taken the lead. Let's see how he got that done. Down the straightaway, kind of what we expected. Down into the bus stop, he's got the whole car to the outside, sets it up perfectly, and down and away. Ed Schiller has had an incident. Ed in the Ferrari coming up the hill through the boot and just lose. We have only seen a Ferrari do that a couple of different times in the last race, and then once in this race going up that curve, that right-hander in the boot uphill. Ferrari's back end just does not seem to like putting the power down through there. And look who is looking for second place now. Giancarlo has caught up to Simon Zierk. Jason Wahlberg definitely trying to run. As we mentioned, Ferrari does not have the same straight line speed. You're probably right about Adam just trying to get every bit of it he can and pushed just a couple percentage too hard there. Here's an interesting note. We talked about it last season a lot, how Adam Barker can recover, and often does. He has already caught back up to the back bumper of Maximilian Gunther in 10th place. Question is, can he get to him and get around him? He's obviously able to get to him, but whether or not he'll be able to get around him is a whole nother thing. The Porsche, for whatever reason, we've seen the Porsche struggle with straight line speed at most of the tracks this season, but it is not struggling with straight line speed here today. Jason Wahlberg's lead now 1.5 seconds. Simon Zierk has managed to hold off Giancarlo so far. Giancarlo keeps trying to get the car set up for the pass, just can't get it there. Janet Gunther in third. Dylan Steinbach in fourth now. Joel Wraith in fifth. Dylan had, in the Ford, started on the front row, had drifted as far back as sixth, but is starting to make a comeback. Joel Wraith started in ninth. He is already up into sixth place. Harry in seventh. Julian Ricard now up to eighth. Scott Malawi in ninth. Maximilian Gunther in 10th. Adam Barker has lost a little ground in 11th. Rudolph Gunther in 12th. Ed Schiller has recovered from his incident. He is in 13th. Ronnie Wimberly went to pit road last time by. He has repaired that car and on it back out on track. Simon Zierk appears to be pushing a little bit harder. He's actually starting to gain just a little bit on Jason Wahlberg. Probably pushing that car to its absolute limit, looking in his rearview mirror and seeing that Lamborghini. Look at this run. Giancarlo out of turn one, really sending it. Keeps looking for a pass up the S's. And this is the same move he used on Adam Barker earlier. This time, though, he's going to shoot to the inside. Down toward the bus stop, side by side. Simon, they are really close. Giancarlo backs out. And Harry has crashed. Out of turn one, and overcooks it on the rumble strips hard into the outside wall. Look at this run by Giancarlo, trying everywhere he can to get an advantage, get the nose to the inside. He might have it here. Outbreaks him down into the turn and gets the pass. Really wide through there. As they come back up out of the boot, that was a power move by Giancarlo, using every inch of extra track. And now Jason Wahlberg has a 1.4 second lead. Giancarlo has just under 14 minutes. Can Jason hold him off? The problem Jason's going to have here is that long straightaway, that straight line speed that the Lamborghini appears to have, the Ferrari definitely does not have. Hey, thanks, Richie. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh! Giancarlo had a connection issue there. It looks like it cleared up. Obviously a lot better than it's been the last few weeks with the new computer, but that had to have been a little bit scary for him. Simon now back in third, still holding that top three position. He's got 2.6 seconds on Janik, but Janik appears to be gaining just a little bit, and he's bringing Dylan Steinbach and Joel Wraith with him. Giancarlo is using every inch of runoff he can without getting a penalty here today. And I think he might have used too much. He slowed down right through there. Giving Jason another opportunity, but not a big one for sure. Jason's starting to try and break the draft on the straightaways. Jason's lead 3/4 of a second right now. Giancarlo definitely starting to chip away at it. Simon losing touch with the top two, but Janet Gunther Dylan Steinbach and Joel Wraith are definitely closing in. Especially Janik Harry is back on pit road. Julian Ricard back in 7th now. Not that far, to about 3 seconds behind, but he is gaining on the cars ahead as well. Scott Nalawi back in 8th. He is 7.5 seconds back. Maximilian is 3 seconds back of Scott Nalawi and gaining. Adam Barker now 2 seconds back in 10th behind Maximilian. Yeah, David, you got to think that Giancarlo has already caught him. Now the question is, how hard does Jason try and keep him behind? Can he keep him behind him for 10 laps? Or for 10 minutes, excuse me. Roughly 6 more laps to go. Giancarlo has repeatedly made a setup going down that long straightaway coming out of the S's. Will he do it again here? Jason swings wide out of turn 1, trying to carry as much momentum. Giancarlo follows him, but it looks like Giancarlo is closing the gap very, very quickly again. All over the back bumper. Giancarlo already looking to the inside for the bus stop. Doesn't get far enough in. Guys like Simon Zierk right behind are loving seeing this as those two battle it out. It will slow them down. Janet Gunther in 4th. Dylan Steinbach in 5th. Joel Wraith is 6th. Julian Ricard now in 7th. Julian, the biggest mover so far in race 2. He started back in 16th up to 7th. Scott Nalawi in 8th. Maximilian in 9th. And Adam Barker in 10th. The battle for the lead continues through the boot. Giancarlo keeps looking for anywhere he can take advantage here. And it almost looks like Jason is predicting his moves and trying to be where Giancarlo wants to be. Let's take a ride with Giancarlo and see how much he gains on the straightaway. There's the start-finish line down into turn 1. Looks like he is able to outbrake Jason, but Jason has the momentum through turn 1. Up through the S's. And you see the Ferrari just starts to pull away, having the handling advantage here. Not a lot as they get up to speed. Obviously the Lambo has the speed advantage. Giancarlo looks like he looks out. Down through the carousel, headed toward the boot, and he closes right to the back bumper. And back on the throttle a lot quicker. Can he take advantage going through here? This is where the Ferraris have struggled all day. Giancarlo puts the nose ahead. And he clears him. Giancarlo back to the lead. Could we see 2 weeks in a row the same winner in both races? Simon Zierk had actually closed down the gap on second place Jason Wahlberg to 1.8 seconds as they battled. Janik now in 4th. Joel Wraith has gotten past Dylan Steinbach for 5th. Dylan back to 6th. Julian 7th. Maximilian is in 8th. Scott Nalawi back in 9th. Adam Barker has caught back up to Scott Nalawi. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Back down toward the bus stop. Giancarlo has the lead. Can he pull away from the Ferrari like he did from the Audi of Adam Barker? Looking back on fifth place, Joel Wraith. He is 2.6 seconds behind Janet Gunther right now and gaining just a little bit, but we're talking hundredths of a second that he is gaining. Don't know if he's going to have enough time to close that gap, but obviously the Lamborghini's extremely fast here today, everywhere on track. The Ford of Dylan Steinbach just seems to have all the straight line speed, but loses so much in the 11 turns here that the straight line speed has not been enough to put him up at the front. Simon still holding on to third, has opened his gap on Janet Gunther now by 3.5 seconds. Joel Wraith back in fifth. Yep, Mike, everybody was asking how you were doing this morning, bud. If you want to put something in the comments, I'll make sure they all know. Bit of a change. Maximilian just came by Scott Nalawi. Scott Nalawi is suddenly fading. Adam Barker has come by as well. Have not seen where Nalawi has had any issues, but Adam Barker and Maximilian Gunther both came flying by him on the last section of the track. Maximilian now up to 8th, Adam Barker into 9th after the earlier incident. Giancarlo is starting to pull away now, 1.25 seconds over Jason Wahlberg. Simon Zierk now down to 2 points. Adam Barker has crashed again. Oh, just a little too much out of the carousel. Manages to keep it off the wall this time. The car is okay, but he goes back to 10th. What a heartbreak of a day for Adam Barker. After finishing race 1 in second, has struggled in race number 2. Meanwhile, Julian Ricard has managed to make his way up to 6th. He is now up 10 spots after passing Dylan Steinbach. Yeah, the rear wing is definitely causing Adam some issues here, and obviously the high-speed carousel portion of the track, that rear wing is really needed, and he is not getting the same downforce he normally would. Giancarlo now 1.3 seconds ahead of Wahlberg. Simon Zierk back in 3rd. Janet Gunther in 4th. Joel Wraith in 5th has closed the gap down to 2.5 seconds, but that's as far as he's been able to get so far. He might want to crank it up, though, because here comes Julian Ricard. Ricard started in 16th, currently up to 6th, and closing the gap on Joel Wraith. Dylan Steinbach has the lone Ford in 7th. Maximilian Gunther in 8th, Scott Nalawi in 9th, and Adam Barker in 10th. And Dylan Steinbach and Julian Ricard now going at it. Out of the boot, Dylan had quite a run but couldn't complete it. Wow, Julian really hanging it out there. Adam Barker has had another crash. After a nearly flawless first race, he is struggling here. That rear wing really not giving him the grip he needs. Especially through the higher speed sections of track. Adam still holding on to 10th place, still has a decent gap on Rudolf Gunther. Adam Barker is going to pit road. Looks like he is going to get the wing fixed. In the meantime, Giancarlo continues to open up a lead. 30 seconds left. It looks like Giancarlo is going to be the second driver this season to sweep both races. Avery Walker did it last week. Giancarlo is headed for it this week. Amazing. The first lap and a half of race number 2 was non-stop and excitement. The last 5 minutes of this race has also been non-stop excitement as drivers do everything they can out of the final turn. Barney the flagman has the flag in the air, and Giancarlo is going to be the second driver to pull off the sweep this week at Watkins Glen. Jason Wahlberg finishing second. Simon Zierk comes home third. Janet Gunther is fourth, and Joel Wraith in fifth. Julian Ricard finishes sixth and has a big comeback. Dylan Steinbach in seventh, Maximilian Gunther in eighth, Scott Malawi in ninth, and Adam Barker manages a 10th place finish. Let's see if we can get a hold of Simon. This ought to be a good one. Hey, Simon, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, I want to talk about the start of that race because in the comments somebody asked who was going to send it first, and it was obviously you. You were in the lead by the time you started up the S's.
Yeah, it was a good start, but yeah, on the border to disqualifying. I was really early on the throttle.
Well, you made it work. They left you just the right gap, and there for a while you had the lead. And haven't heard a lot of comments about how the BMW handles here in the speed straightaway speed. But you obviously had something for every car out there because everybody was struggling to get past you.
Yeah, the BMW was good in straight line speed, but then through the S's or the turns, it was not so fast. But in the end, it's a good result. P3 in the second race.
Well, it was definitely a great result, and what a crazy but awesome start. That was a great job today, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, second place. Let's see if we can get Jason Wahlberg. Hey, Jason, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I can catch you, Doug.
Hey, it looked like you had the lead with 10 to go, with 10 minutes to go, I should say, and it looked like there for a while you were going to be able to hold Giancarlo off.
Yeah, I was hoping so. Yeah, once he got past Simon, though, it looked like he was gaining on me pretty good. So I had my doubts, but I was trying for sure.
You know, the Lambo had a lot of straight line speed. It was talked about during pre-race that you guys in the Ferraris did not have the same straight line speed, and that's where you had struggled. That was the only place, and it took him several attempts to get past you. He kept trying to set up on the straightaway, but every time you got to the corner, and especially through the S's, you started pulling away.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. It was a good setup once again. You know, Bathurst was a bad week for me, so it's nice to come back. And you know, Spa was good, Bathurst was bad. Now this is good again. So It must be the setups or something.
It must be, but man, that was an awesome race. A great job, especially that first 20 minutes pulling away. That was an epic run for you, and a great job overall.
Thanks. Hopefully, it's a sign of things to come.
Hopefully so, man. And in that first race, the way you came through the field, I expect if you ever start qualifying up front, you're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. Well, the first race, I was just trying to keep it clean, and that seemed to work out for me. The second race, like you said, start at the front, and I was doing pretty good then.
Well, it definitely worked out, man. Congratulations. Great run today.
All right. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get our winner. Hey, Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me?
Doug.
All right, so last week Avery pulled it off. This week it was your turn. You're the second driver to sweep the races.
It feels good. I wish I could have been there last week to fight with Avery a bit, but yeah, it's definitely a good feeling to have the two P1s.
I have to ask, you got the new computer in and everything, so obviously I'm guessing upgraded graphics and everything. Does that play? Did that play a big impact today?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, I think it's just nice that I'm now driving with, like, it looks like they're actual cars instead of just boxes on wheels on the track. But probably a little bit. You get some more frames and it's all a bit smoother.
Well, you were definitely the smoothest today, and what a run. No mistakes. That I think you had one off track all day long, and it was just clipping a little bit wide through one of the turns.
I think it was probably all turn one. Like, it's kind of a tricky turn to pull it right and not get the off track. But yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks, so it feels good to do well on it.
Well, congratulations. That was a dominant sweep of the day, and should put you up into the points lead with Adam having issues in race 2.
Feels good, but still a few races to go. Still got some time to see how the championship ends up.
All right, man. Well, good luck next week. Looking forward to that, and congratulations on both wins. Giancarlo pulls the sweep at Watkins Glen, just like Avery did last week. And could this be a trend going forward where a single driver, even with the reverse of the top 7, could we see a single driver dominate 2 races each week? We'll have to wait till next week to find out. Next week is at Monza, but later tonight we do have the BRR Cup Series. You'll want to tune in for that at 7:30 Eastern, and a whole lot more racing to come this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did, and I honestly got to go catch my breath now. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.